Happy Wednesday, everyone. Before I will start with the session for today, and allow me to ask if you can hear me clearly. Thank you, CJ. How about my screen share? Is everything clear before we start with our session for today? Thank you. Okay, so for those who are new to the Blue Guardian community, I am Jack, an elotician, and I have been doing live market analysis for the past uh, 1 year. So I started last May 2024, and until now I am still the one of the live market analyst of Blue Guardian. Okay, so to give you a preview of my previous analysis, allow me to go back to the charts that I have shared. Basically, my bias last time was bearish. In my last podcast session, I was expecting that the price will go down. And for those who are present in my podcast last time, we caught this beautiful um, dump during the session. I was explaining that, and anytime now, I was explaining during that time that any time now during the session, the market will dump based on the Elliott wave structure, and that's really what happened in that particular session. However, my bullish invalidation was around here only. This meaning I was expecting that the price will continue to go up, but uh, after this low was taken, I've changed my structure from a bullish scenario to a sideways scenario, to be specific, a triangle scenario. Now, what is a triangle scenario? So from the series of sessions that I have hosted here, we counted this as ABC or a WXY. Then this one, I originally counted this as a leading diagonal, meaning this could be the first wave of a possible reversal. However, after hitting this, triggering this low here, this will be the invalidation of a possible reversal already from this low to this high. So what's the current situation now? So allow me to share some screenshots of the previous uh, days after my last session here. So here's the possible scenario for the Elliott wave counts of gold. So we can label this as WXY because based on the series of analysis that I have shared here, we counted this as ABC, and then we have the intervening wave X here, and then another ABC here. And then this, from a leading, I changed this into a WXY, meaning a WXY. The difference between an ABC correction to a WXY correction is that in the ABC correction or structure, the internal waves here in the lower time frame is 5 waves down for wave A, then 5 waves down for wave C. But for a double zigzag or the WXY labeled counts here, it's a combination of two zigzags. In this case, we have here the first zigzag ABC and then another zigzag here ABC. Some elutations, I saw some elutations labeled this as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, in Elliott wave theory, this part in Elliott wave theory, one of the cardinal rules in Elliott wave theory is that wave 3 must not be the shortest. Now, if we will try to check the length of this possible wave 3 and compare it to here and then to here, we will see that if I'm going to label this as one, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, this will violate, or this will not satisfy the conditions of an impulsive motive wave. Meaning, wave 3 should not be the shortest, but in this particular case, the wave 3 is the shortest. Here, if you will try to look at it, this is 140.411, this is 140.095, and this one is 145.305. Obviously, the wave 3 here is the shortest. Therefore, labeling this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will violate the cardinal rule of Elliott wave theory. So, with that, I have considered labeling this as WXY, and that's the reason why I have this ABC here and then another ABC going down. ABC for the W and then another ABC for the wave Y. And then this, we have another WXY. If you will try to look at this one, I have forecasted two possible scenarios here. One is for the triangle, red labeled triangle counts and a blue labeled triangle counts. What's the reason behind this? Okay, allow me to use the illustration of a triangle from the Elliott Wave International website. Now, if you will try to look at the following, the triangles, the triangle, by the way, triangle can only happen in wave 4. And if we will try to check the higher time frame here, if we will try to look at the triangle, the higher time frame here, the structure will give us a hint that this is a possible triangle. Of course, there are invalidations for the triangle, and I will be discussing it to you later, and how to trade the triangle as well. So as of now, if we will try to look at the daily time frame, we can see 1, 2, 3, 3 waves here, and then 1, 2, 3, another 3 waves up, 3 waves down. There should be a 3 waves down and another 3 waves up. Because if we will try to look at this image carefully, let me use a different one. Okay, if we will try to look at the structure here, this will give us an idea that this is a possible triangle correction. And triangle can only happen in an impulsive movement in wave 4, not in wave 2. It can happen, a triangle can happen in wave 2, but it will be considered as a double tree. This is what I'm referring to when I say triangle may happen in wave 2, but only as a combination. Here, the triangle happened as a combination of combination correction. or the combination or the flat flat zigzag triangle correction. So a triangle can happen in wave 2 provided that the correction structure is a combination. It can be a WXY or a double combo or a triple combo. And the triangle usually may appear or will appear at the last wave of that combination, regardless whether it's a double combination or a triple combination. This one is an example of a triple combination wherein three types of correction were combined as one. So that's why it's called triple three. And the labeling for a triple three will be WXY. So here, it's clear that we have a possible triangle structure. And let's try to identify what type of triangle is this. Okay. We have here in the bull market and the bear market. Bull market will be on the left column. Then the bear market triangle structure will be on the right column. Now, if we will try to look at this carefully, we I'd like to ask the audience, which do you think or what type of triangle do you think is the current structure of the gold? Is it a contracting? Is it a barrier? Or is it an expanding? When we say contracting triangle, the triangle from the word itself, contracting, meaning the upper line is declining. This one, the trend line B to D is declining, while the trend line A to C is rising. So that's what we call contracting triangle in Elliott wave theory. Now, the other type of triangle is a barrier triangle. So what is this barrier triangle? From the word itself, it's like the top trend line is like a flat or a horizontal trend line, flat trend line, and then while the lower line is an increasing or rising trend line. While the third one, expanding, it's like an inverted contracting triangle wherein the line BD or the trend line, the upper trend line is rising while the lower trend line is declining. So if I'm going to ask the audience, which of these three do you think is the best Elliott wave structure to use for this particular price action? Will it be contracting? Will it be barrier? Or will it be unexpanding? Let me check. Okay. Others are saying contracting, contracting. Others are saying barrier, flat, barrier. We have contracting as well. Contracting, I can see a lot of answers saying contracting. Now how do we know whether it's contracting or a barrier? For barrier, the we need to wait for the waves B and D for us to be able to uh, draw the trend line, the upper trend line, which is flat. So in this case, we don't plot the trend line from here. We don't plot it from here, from the origin, but it should be from the wave B to D. Let me erase some of the labels here for you to see it clearly. Mm. Okay. So when you draw the trend line in a triangle, you don't draw it with the peak of the wave 3. You draw it after the wave B, after the first 3 waves, or after the second set of 3 waves. In this case, the second set of 3 waves is here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So therefore, this is our wave D. So if this is our wave 0, the origin of the triangle, our wave B should be here. And then the next question there is, will this be our wave D, C, or and this will this be our wave D, or will this be our wave E? The answer to that question is, for it to be considered terminated, the internal waves of wave B to C will only be considered terminated if and only if the internal waves are completed. When I say internal waves are completed, if we will try to look at this carefully, wave B to C is composed of at least 3 waves, even in barrier, expanding, or even in contracting. Every wave here is composed of at least 3 waves. Now let's try to look at this one. If I'm going to label this as my wave B, and then I'm going to label this as my wave C, can we virtually see 3 waves down for the internal waves of wave C? May I know your opinion about this? Can we consider that the internal waves of wave B to wave C is already completed based on the daily time frame? What do you think? Okay, I can see others are saying it's not yet completed. Some says yes, not yet completed. I see swing points. Yeah, some says yes. Now, if we will try to look at the lower time frame, we can see 3 waves down here. But if we will try to look at the higher time frame, we will only see 1 wave down. Okay, there's a saying in especially in trading, that when things are unclear, you zoom in or you zoom out. If we will try to look at it carefully, we can say that the internal waves are not yet completed based on the higher time frame. In the lower, look at this one, wave A. We have here the internal waves of wave A here. It's clear that we have the first 3 waves. That's the reason why we can label this as wave A based on the illustration of a triangle. If we will try to check the internal waves of wave A to wave B, I've shown you that we have here a possible WXY correction or structure. So therefore, we also have the first 3 waves, the second set of 3 waves. This can also be labeled as one ABC. However, if we will try to look at the higher time frame, we don't see a valid swing points or a valid pivot as in the middle of an intervening wave of wave B to C. So therefore, this can be interpreted 2 ways. That's the reason why I have a blue colored counting here and a red colored counting. If I will consider this as my wave C, then therefore my trend line should look like this. If I will consider this as wave C, my trend line should look like this. Therefore, with this being drawn, we can say that this is already the reversal, because we have broken already the trend line support of the trend line A to C. So if you will consider this as your wave C, then therefore this will be a reversal already. Okay, but if you will consider the second scenario here, the blue colored wave counts, then therefore the possible wave counts will look like this. So if this is our first 3 waves for the wave A, 1, 2, 3, another 3 waves for wave B, and then 1, 2, 3, 3 waves for wave C. So therefore, if we will consider the other alternative scenario, then we are expecting that it will create first a wave D here, at least 3 waves up here, and then another 3 waves down here. And that's the reason why I have these 2 possible scenarios. But obviously, as you can see here, I was expecting already, last July 30, I was expecting already that the price will go up at least to the golden zone of the peak of this particular wave to this particular wave, or the peak of this to the bottom of this. If we will try to measure it from here to here, and let's check if the golden zone was revisited, we can clearly see that the golden zone, or the 61.8%, was tested for a possible another ABC scenario. So what will be the invalidation of this current ABC scenario here? So the invalidation of this will be this particular price. So we can label this as our bearish last line of defense. Meaning, once we break this, the structure will look like this. But once we see a rejection without triggering this bearish last line of defense, then the alternative scenario labeled like this will be the next possible structure. Meaning, it will create a possible 3 waves up here. 1, 2, 3 waves up here for wave D, and then 3 waves up for wave D, and then another 3 waves down for wave E. For wave E. So the structure, or the overall structure, or the overall Elliott wave structure will depend on what will happen to this bearish last line of defense. Once we trigger that, reversal already. But once we see a rejection without triggering that level, then the structure can be labeled like this. So if we label this as our A, B, or rather as our wave C, then the trend line support should be plotted as wave A to wave C. Now, Sir Jack, is it possible that the wave E will trust the trend line support? The answer is yes. It's acceptable in Elliott wave theory. The wave E can trust the trend line support, because in this particular scenario, this will be our first line, bullish first line of defense, and then the last line of defense would be this one, the wave A. So if you have spotted a possible triangle, then this will be your possible levels for the invalidation. So if you will label this as your wave C, or let's say for example this is your reversal, then therefore your bullish invalidation would be, first line of invalidation would be 3,268.90. But once the price breaks this, then the last line of bullish last line of defense will be at 3,120. So as of now, the important levels of gold in terms of Elliott wave structure would be, for the bearish last line of defense, at 3,438.920, And then for the bullish first line of defense would be at 3,268. If the price respects this bullish first line of defense, then we will see, excuse me, 5 waves up. But if once we see rejection at this price level, then we will see another 3 waves down. As of now, the internal waves of wave D is not yet completed because just like what I've shown you here, each wave in a triangle must be composed of 3 subwaves. We have a clear 3 subwaves for wave A, clear 3 subwaves for wave B, but we don't have a clear subwaves for wave B to C. That's why there are 2 interpretations here. If you're looking at the lower time frame, then you may consider this as wave C. It's a valid wave C actually. But if you will try to change your time frame from 4 hours to daily time frame, then this you will consider replotting it, or alternatively label it as wave C here, and then waiting for another 3 waves up before going 3 waves down to complete the triangle structure. And that's the reason behind this 2 possible wave counting for the triangle. Either wave E will be terminated, either wave E will be terminated here, or wave E will be terminated here, depending on what will happen on the internal waves of this one. As of now, from my analysis last July 30, the price was around 3,327, and I was expecting it to at least visit the golden zone, which is around 3,373 to 3,402. Then after that, I am expecting a correction. If it will continue to go up, then we have a reversal already. But if I were to be objective in my analysis, then I am still expecting that it will create a new low before a possible reversal. And I have the internal waves to back that up. Okay, I have here from another broker. This is from the ICE, and then this one is for the Capitalcom. I have counted the waves from smallest possible time frame to the highest possible time frame. Actually, this is 5 minutes, but when I'm actively doing live analysis in my community or Discord server, I usually give them an Elliott wave counts using the 1 minute time frame. Let me just show you my analysis before this happened. Okay, I think that it's this one. Now, after I have identified that a possible A, B, C correction, you will see here that all I need to do is count the first 5 waves. Okay, this one. If you will try to look at this one in the 15 minutes time frame, I need to confirm the 5 waves down before to confirm the 5 waves down before I will project or forecast another 3 waves up. Because in Elliott wave theory, just like what I have mentioned here, in Elliott wave theory, the internal waves of this wave 0 to red encircled wave A here must be at least 3 waves. Now, at least 3 waves, or rather 5 waves. I mean, not 3 waves, because that's the difference between a zigzag and a zigzag correction and a double zigzag or a double combo correction. I've explained this. Allow me to re-explain this again just to make sure that we are talking the same language when it comes to the correction. Now, for the ABC, remember that the internal wave should be at least, let me do the downtrend for the ABC because that's what I was about to explain. So here's the difference between a WXY and a zigzag. In the ABC or zigzag correction, the internal waves here must be 5 waves down. 5 waves down, and then another 5 waves down here. So before I will forecast an ABC correction, I must make sure that the internal waves of this downtrend, first downtrend, must be 5 internal waves. And that's the reason why I have here, I carefully counted the internal waves here before I was able to forecast a possible ABC up or a possible 5 waves up. Okay, as you can see, last August 1, I forecasted that the price will continue to go up from around 3,303 to at least these two levels, important levels. The implied fair value gap identified at 1 hour time frame and 2 hours time frame. So this will be my conservative target, an implied fair value gap at 2 hour time frame, and this will be my bonus targets for the identified fair value gap at 2 hour time 2 hour time frame and 1 hour time frame. And then after that, we know what happened next. The H2 first target, conservative target was reached, or we got the first conservative target, and then it goes to show that the identified corrective structure that I have mentioned a while ago will most likely happen based on the internal waves that I have shared. From here, imagine all my confirmation of this possible structure is I must make sure that the internal waves here of this wave A must be 5 waves before I will continue with wave B and then another 5 waves down. That's the reason why after confirming these internal waves, I projected that at least it will go 3 waves up, or this will be upgraded into 535 correction, or an ABC correction or zigzag correction. Okay, so after that, we have here the following internal waves just to show the overall structure in the lower time frame. So I was expecting this pump, and then I was expecting that it will visit or will do a retracement. Usually wave 4 is a shallow retracement, and the usual levels for wave 4 will be the 23.6% or to 38.2%. Now let's see if these levels were taken. Okay. This is my analysis if I'm doing it alone. I count the waves even to the smallest possible time frame, 1 minute time frame, just to make sure that, just to confirm the possible breakout or possible trade, my possible trade. Okay, so if we will try to look at this carefully, I have identified an implied fair value gap for the possible wave 4 bounce. Actually, in the actual chart, we did not reach the 0.236 or the 0.382 level, but only this 0. Or rather the M5 or the implied fair value gap at 5 minutes time frame was visited. Let's check the chart, the actual chart, for you to see. Let's change this into 5 minutes time frame. As you can see, this is the identified 5 minutes identified implied fair value gap at 5 minutes time frame, and you can see the encircled chart here, a beautiful reaction visiting the implied fair value gap at 5 minutes time frame. So here's the original analysis. I have identified the M5 here. If not, it will revisit this wave 4 levels using the breadth of using the rules of Elliott wave theory. So the M5 was visited, and then after that, I was expecting that the price will continue to go up to complete the internal waves of the wave C, or the first 5 waves. And as you can see, we have here the next, we have another triangle here. This triangle, by the way, is a contracting triangle. It's a flat, expanding flat triangle. Flat because the expanded flat, not really expanded, but contracting, I mean, sorry. Contracting because the trend line of the B and D, the B to D is declining, while the trend line A to C is also rising. So this will give us an idea that the type of triangle that I have forecasted was a contracting triangle like this one. And then actually all of this were analyzed before it happened. Just like this one, I was expecting the completion of the internal waves of the triangle, then expecting it to retrace around here, and then it will continue to go up. And that's what actually happened. It revisited the wave 4 levels before it continued to create another high. Just like what I have shown you here, or the internal waves here. So to summarize, there are 2 important levels that we need to remember in trading gold in the higher time frame. The bullish scenario would be breaking the bearish last line of defense here, and then the price is at 3,438. So once we break this, we will see, there's a possibility that we will create a new all-time high. But of course, always remember, just like what I've said before, when we trade, we should consider 2 things. One is technical, the other one is the fundamentals. Remember that fundamentals will tell us when to trade, while the technicals will tell us where to trade. As of now, these are the wares of our technical. The wares will be if we break this bullish, but if there's a rejection here, we are bearish. Of course, this will only happen if there's a catalyst, and that catalyst would be the fundamentals. So if there are high impact news that may trigger a bullish scenario or bearish scenario, it all depends on the news, the incoming news. But let it be known that fundamentals will tell us when to trade, and the technicals will tell us when to trade. So for the bullish scenario, breaking this will mean new all-time high. For the bearish scenario, rejecting this would mean revisiting the bullish first line of defense, which is at 3,268, to complete the possible triangle correction. Now let's proceed to the lower time frame. So if we're going to check the lower time frame, what is the current situation? So the current situation would be, let me change this into 15 minutes time frame. So just like at what I've mentioned a while ago, wave A must be composed of 5 internal waves before you will forecast a 3 waves down and then another 5 waves up. Okay. So let's see if the wave A here already completed its internal waves. So if this is our wave 1, this will be our wave 2. Wave 2, this will be our wave 3, 4, and 5. Therefore, we have completed the internal waves of the wave A. So that's why we are expecting that the price will at least retrace 3 waves down. As of now, based on the following, based on these internal waves, we can say that I am forecasting that it will continue to create a new low here, or at least 5 waves down. Why? Because we have a possible 5 waves down here. We have wave 1, we have 2, 3. This is actually a leading diagonal, and then 5. So therefore, if we have 5 waves down here, we can project it as a possible ABC correction. So this will be our wave A, smaller degree, or lower degree, I mean, A, B, and then C. So therefore, if you believe that this will be the reversal already, then all you have to do is find the golden zone here. So the golden zone would be at around 3,314. So if the internal waves of this will be completed, then the possible reversal scenario, we can also include, by the way, the 50% retracement level. But in my case, as an Elliottician, I don't just base it on the measurement levels, but I base it on the internal waves. So if this is my wave A, then therefore, my wave C would be a .618 continuation. So this will be the levels. Allow me to show you the level using trend-based wave extension. So if I'm going to forecast for a possible wave C, the price of wave C would be around here. But this will only be confirmed. This level will only be confirmed once we see a market structure shift at this particular price level. This will be the confirmation. So this will be our bullish scalp last line of defense, and this will be our bullish first line of defense. Scalp first line of defense. Why? Because in Elliott wave theory, there's what we call an extension. So there's a possibility that there will be an extension if it will not break the bullish scalp last line of defense here. So meaning when you say extension in Elliott wave theory, for example, this is the basic A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. So this is the basic 5 waves. When you say extension, instead of terminating the wave around here, for example, there's a shallow correction that happened around here. It did not break, or there's no market structure shift after the wave 4. For example, here, there's no market structure shift. So if that is the case, then in Elliott wave theory, there's a possibility of an extension. When you say extension, meaning if there's no market structure shift, then there will be 5 waves up as an extension. So in other words, this would be upgraded into this counting. So this will only happen if there's no, the extension will only happen if there's no market structure shift or breaking the wave 4 level. But once we break at least the first line of defense, that's already a hint that it will continue to go down and do a retracement at least 50%. If you're a day trader or scalper, then therefore you know your directional bias in that particular case. But as of now, I don't think we have completed yet the internal waves of our lower time frame correction. And I have several analysis for this to back up my analysis. I was expecting that the price will visit this level based on the measurement of Elliott wave theory. Actually, this is my target for wave 3. As you can see, it's 3,387.07 to 3,390. And we know what happened. The high last time was around 3,390, and that was within my actual projection level for based on the Elliott wave theory. Okay, so that's the scenario for the gold. I am expecting that it will continue to go down at least 3 waves correction, and then from here, after this correction, we will see whether it will break the bear's last line of defense or reject it. If we break, I am forecasting a new all-time high. If it will be rejected, then we'll see a new low here. And I have already the forecasted possible value. Allow me to find it. I forgot to rename my analysis here. Okay, here. Here's the possible wave C levels or price reversal zone if we break or if we see a market structure shift. So that would be around 3,109 to 3,150. Of course, this can still be refined based on the internal waves. As of now, this analysis was made last August 1, so this is the initial plan. But this initial plan will be refined based on the internal waves once we have completed the internal waves. Okay, so now we will proceed with the BTC, okay, or the Bitcoin. Okay. In my last podcast, I have shared that based on my internal wave counts, I was expecting that the price of Bitcoin will retrace around this level, 117 to 113. 117 to 113. Because I have, based on the internal waves, please refer to the blue wave counts. Based on my counting, this is just the third wave. Meaning, if this is my third wave, that's the reason why I've mentioned in my last podcast that the first line of defense would be the price of wave 1. Because if this is impulsive wave 3, then the retracement of wave 4 should not overlap the territory of wave 1. Else, we will consider it as diagonal. One of the cardinal rule of an impulsive motive wave is that wave 4 should not go beyond the territory of wave 1. And here we see a rejection, and it did not break our wave 1 price. So therefore, we will see a possible reversal here targeting the following levels. By the way, for my projection, I use both the Elliott wave theory way of measuring the next waves and the standard deviation way. That's one of my unique way of analyzing the market. I can do the Elliott wave forecasting, or I can do the standard deviation way of forecasting. But the standard deviation way of my forecasting is different from the ICT traders, since I love doing statistical analysis. I've realized that standard deviation can be plotted the Elliott wave way. What do I mean by that? All I have to do is the usual for all I have to do is plot the waves, or rather the standard deviation 1 and 0 for the wave 0 and 1. This will be the center of the distribution. In statistics, when you say center of the distribution, that means that will be the basis whether we continue to go up or we continue to go down. And from here, based on the central limit theorem, we know that the price will react at 1 standard deviation, 2 standard deviation, and 4 standard deviation. But if you can still remember your statistics, in the standard normal distribution, if we will try to look for the probability or the standard scores are converted from 0 to a negative 3.99 to positive 3.99. And that's the reason most of the time we don't break the negative 4 level if you will be using the standard deviation, the Elliott wave way. Okay, because that will be the rejection. But once we break the negative 4 here, it's the first sign of a higher degree wave counts in Elliott wave theory. But as of now, based on the Elliott wave counts that I have shared last session, I am expecting at least 3 waves here. When I say at least 3 waves here, if we will base it on the internal waves, then the possible third wave of this would be around 117 to 118. Third Jack, what's the reason behind this? It's because if we will base it on the internal waves, you will see that the internal waves are already completed. Let me explain why the internal waves are already completed. Here is an obvious 5 waves down. This will be the 5 waves down. First 5 waves. So if this is 5 waves down, then therefore I'm expecting a zigzag correction. That's the tip that I have been sharing to my community for the aspiring Elliotticians. In a correction or in a possible correction, the first downtrend is the most important trend. Why? If it is 5 waves, then expect a zigzag correction. If it is 5 waves, then expect a zigzag correction. But if it is 3 waves, then expect a WXY correction. Because just like what I have mentioned a while ago, an ABC correction or zigzag correction is 5-3-5 in structure, while for the WXY correction, the internal waves will be the count structure will be 3, waves down, 3 waves up, then 3 waves down. So since this is 5 waves up, 5 waves down, I mean, therefore this should be a zigzag correction. Expect that there will be a bounce before creating a new low. And in this case, the wave B here is actually a triangle. This is an example of a by the book, a triangle. We have here the wave A, we have here the wave B, C, D, and then we have the E here. So since this is 5 waves down after the triangle completion here, after the triangle completion, B to D, and then after the triangle completion, then I am expecting another 5 waves down. So the 5 waves down would be this one. The first wave is a leading diagonal, meaning in Elliott wave theory, leading diagonal, the internal waves of the wave 4 overlaps the territory of the wave 1. And then we have here the possible 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have here the possible wave 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's a possibility that this will be our this will be the completion of our ABC correction, where the wave B is as a triangle. Let me just change this into this, change this into this. So this will be the basis why I said a while ago that this will be the possible reversal already. First sign is that the price wave, the price bounce at the price of wave 1, which is the invalidation of an impulsive movement. So this is the first sign. The second sign is that we have completed already the internal waves if we will try to check the internal waves into the lower time frame. So this can be labeled as A, 5 waves down for wave A, a triangle wave B, and then 5 waves down wave C. So this is a correction wherein the internal waves is 5, 3, 5. The middle is 5 because the internal waves is a triangle, and then a triangle, just like what I've shared a while ago, is composed of 5 sets of ABCs. We have here first set of ABC, 1, 2, 3. Second set of ABC, 1, 2, 3. Third set of ABC, 1, 2, 3. Actually, this is also a the internal waves is also a triangle. And then another 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So since the internal waves are completed, if you're an Elliottician, if you have counted this carefully in the lower time frame, then you should have shorted it from here, from this particular price. And then knowing your invalidation in Elliott wave theory is very important. In this case, if you have forecasted that this will be the correction already, you should know your invalidation, and that invalidation would be around 1,010, rather 110,590.70. So if the price breaks this, then there's a termination of the possible completion of the internal wave already. But since this was not triggered yet, then therefore we can at least see the price of Bitcoin testing these levels again, the 1.618 levels. So if this is the possible reversal already, then we will count it like this. Wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Again, my target will remain the same, and that target would be the 129,000 to 134 for the completion of this internal waves, wave 3. And then from there, probably we'll see another retracement, and then it will continue to go up. Based on the standard deviation, the Elliott wave way, my final target for the encircled wave 5 will be 145,000 to 150,000. So we know how the US, especially the President Trump, is supportive of uh, the cryptocurrency. So the fundamentals is still bullish, but of course we should know where to trade. Just like what I've said, fundamentals will tell us when to trade, technicals will tell us where to trade. And that ends my session. My apologies if I did not check the questions posted on the chat because I was too focused on the or sharing my analysis on gold and Bitcoin. Okay. I'd like to comment on this on one of the audience. He or she said, when all the liquidity feels compressed in a tight range, it's so hard to mentally prepare to predict if the breakout will be up or down without falling into guessing. But I guess with practice and time, you can get better at it. Okay, I think many believe that traders should react, not not predict. Okay, it depends, of course, in the trading strategy that you're using. There are forecasting strategies, there are price action strategies, and there are strategies based on structure. Elliott wave theory existed since 1930s already, and I am certain that many institutions or big institutions have Elliotticians on their as part of their team. Actually, even the MicroStrategy way of dollar cost averaging, I can explain it based on Elliott wave theory. And what's the reason why their DCA at this particular price level? Simply because I am certain that they, in their analyst team, there's one Elliott wave, there's one Elliottician there telling them where's the possible invalidation of Elliott wave theory. Expanding, yes, Kimura, you're correct with that. So it's all about mastery of your strategy. And in my case, I've been counting the waves for the past 5 to 6 years already, and most of the Elliotticians will only count the waves in the higher time frame, but in my case, I do count waves in the lower time frame. And my community can attest to that because I've been doing live trading and live analysis in my community for almost every day, and I've been doing it using the lower time frame. So that's the beauty. Once, regardless whether you are using a Elliott wave theory as your main strategy, price action, patterns, it's all about mastery. So once you master your own craft, then as long as you're profitable with it, do not let others do not let the negative comments of others let you down, because in the end it is your port that will be the best validation that you would seek, not the validation from the others. Okay, one last question. I have a question for Jack. Can you ask him, because I don't speak English very well. I'll just translate it. My question: if you kept all your current trading knowledge but lost everything else, no capital, no audience, no connections, what would your exact 90-day plan look like to get back to a six-figure funded account and extract money consistency? What would you focus on first, and what would be your key steps to rebuild fast and smart? As I have mentioned a while ago, based on my experience, I am not just a beginner trader or beginner trader analyst. I've been trading the market in not just in a simulated environment, but I am also doing it on my personal account, because um, everyone can predict the market, but when money is involved, there are factors that may affect your trading performance. So, with your question, how would you go back? You have to reflect. The most important thing that you need to do is, of course, journal. You can only reflect on your losing trades if you have journaled it. If you have nothing to read back or nothing to review, then how can you move forward if you can't correct your previous mistakes? Okay, so that would be all. Let me ask uh, our support Genesis to proceed with. Let's proceed with the giveaway. Let's do random. Let me know the numbers for the random selection. 5 random numbers between 1 and 82. Okay, please do not spam the chat because the numbers will not be based on the numbers that you have posted. If I saw someone spamming on the chat, I will ask the support not to give the the giveaway if ever they win. So please wait for me to give you the random numbers. Let's do a random number generator. So 5 random numbers between 1 and 82. 1 and then 82. 1 and 82. So here's the first number. First number is 75. Second number is 30. 75, 30. Third number is 52. Fourth number is 19. And the last number is 36. Let's just wait for Genesis to post the winners, the giveaway winners. Okay, for those while waiting for Genesis to post the winners, if you're interested in my daily analysis, I've been sharing my daily analysis in my Discord account. Uh, all you have to do is check my bio and see the link there. Or perhaps I can ask CJ to post the link. Or you may visit my other social media accounts. I've been sharing there some analysis. Recently, I am not so active with my social media, but I plan to do regular posting again. So these are the winners. Please open a support ticket to claim your prize. Dananjoy A. M. Yash. Sianda. Sorry if I mispronounce it. And then Jonah Hana. Okay, do not forget to open a support ticket to claim your prize. That's all for today. I hope you have learned something from this educational session. Thanks, everyone. See you in my next podcast hosting.